Welcome to Rated T for Tech today. Today we're doing an overview of the Risk Starcraft. Many of you seen the unboxing. You want a little more detail on the game here, so we're just going to give you that and tell you what it's all about.
The game had 4 game modes. There was a basic training just to give you the new rules, because this game board and the rules to this game were different than any traditional ones. And then after you did the basic training, you could do they call it the advanced matchmaking. And that had 3 game modes, which were Command Room, Total Domination, and Team Play. Command Room was that you set up the map like the traditional Total Domination, but instead of just dominating the world, you had to complete at least 3 achievements, which are these right here. You should read some of them, I guess.
Yeah, read the achievements here.
Some of the achievements are, there's some basic ones that are just control entire planets, so you just have to capture the whole planet and then you get that achievement. Other ones are take over 4 mineral fields in 1 turn, which are these things right here. They're placed randomly on the map, so you can't really, there's not really any strategy you can do for each game because they're all going to be different.
Yeah, they count as 2 territories when a mineral field is on a territory.
So if you know about the other risk, when you count up your territories at the beginning of the turn, divide by 3 to get your reinforcements. Any territory that has a mineral field in it counts as 2. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, which is good because you can have fewer territories than any of your enemies, but still control mineral fields, so you're not out of the game. When you complete an achievement, you get a reward, and they're placed randomly with the achievements, and the rewards are just bonuses that you can use in game. So this reward here is called Zelnaga Tower, and you can place that in any of your territories, and it adds +1 to your attack die and to your defense die to the territory this is placed in and any adjacent territories. So it's good to put in like a chokehold to defend a planet. Like this spot right here would be a good place for that. Some of the other rewards were attack die. Do you have the other die? Normally, if you're attacking, you get these 3 die, and if you win this award, you get this die, which I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of clear. It's different than the red die, but you would roll all of them, and this die could replace one of these dies. So say you rolled a 6. We'll say you rolled 2 6s and a 1, and you rolled this attack die and pulled a 5. You would just use this 5 to replace the other one, so it helps you out when you're attacking. There's another reward. It's a defense die. It's the same rules. It's just I don't know where that award is.
Right there is a defense die. Same thing.
Same rule. You just get there's the 3rd defense die.
Other achievements: 2 units. You get 2 bonus units per turn on top of your minimum of 3, along with your other territories. And there's some more here. Additional maneuver means you can move an extra group of units across the map at one time.
At the end of your turn.
Yep. Then there's guaranteed cards, so you get the cards every turn to get bonus units or to use different attacks or spells or whatever. And this one you get a card even if you do not win a battle. And then you get another Zelnaga Tower, and then a starting move maneuver where you can move your units before your turn.
That's pretty helpful. The one thing we noticed is you would think the achievements are split between gold and silver achievements, and you would think that gold achievements would be harder to accomplish and give you better rewards, but I think we pretty much all agreed that the guaranteed card was the best one you could get because you could just hold up inside of one of your planets and just keep collecting cards until you have enough to turn them all in, get more armies.
But that's only a silver, and that's kind of easier to get. So yeah, they're not really any harder. Some of them are, controlling the bigger planet is harder, but still the achievements aren't as the rewards aren't as good. So, and we also have the cards here that are Terran, Protoss, and Zerg.
And when you play with the command room, each race when you complete to get a card, you need to capture an enemy territory. Doesn't matter how many territories you catch, as long as you capture 1, you get a card. The cards are divided by race, so each card has race-specific powers. So, like if you were Terran and you pulled a card, you would get this. This ability is auto turret. Deploy a stationary turret to defend a territory. If you play this, you add 1 unit to your defending territory that this will affect, and then it's remove up to 2 units from the attacking territory. So say Al was going to invade me, and I would add 1 guy in there and then take 2 from his attacking force before the attack even began, so he'd already be weakened. Another thing with the cards is there's at the top of them, I don't know if you can see, right here, there's stars. the stars count. They add up to turn it when you turn them in. So you can like turn in 2 stars to get 2 units, 3 stars for 4 units, and so on until 10 stars can give you 30 reinforcements.
But if you play the ability, the card is discarded. You can't trade it in for extra reinforcements.
Yes.
So like it's a trade-off if you want to use your ability. And there's different abilities from from Starcraft. Each race has different things. Like this is a Vortex for Protoss, a phasing mode, a Dark Templar cloak. So you have lots of different things here that you can use for each one. Burrow for Zerg. So terms you're familiar with from the game. And when you're playing, when set up, you pick 15 of these cards randomly, and that's where you put the mineral fields. And then the way we play is when we pick our territories, we just pass out random cards to get territories. And the other things we want to talk about is the heroes and the bases. As you can see, I'm flying around here. There's Sarah Kerrigan and Jim Raynor. Zertul, another hero here, and some heroes here. And these heroes make your highest die have a +1 on attack or defense. And you can place those in any territory that you control, but it can't be a standalone unit, means it doesn't count as a unit, so you have to have one unit there with it. And the good strategy with this is when your hero dies, it comes back on the next turn automatically. So if you want to place it down somewhere you're going to get attacked and lose, but you just want to have a booster, you can go ahead and just place it there, and he'll be back at the beginning of your next turn. Wherever you want to put him, any territory you control. There's the other Zerg and the other Zerg base. And everybody gets a base where they start. And you can see it's Command Center, Hatchery, and the Nexus. And the Command Center and the Hatchery and the Nexus, when you control your own territory, it gives you +1 unit. It's not like the mineral fields doesn't count as an extra territory. It counts as +1 unit. So you'll get a minimum of 4 if you control your own base. And when you play domination, you cannot win if you do not control your own base. So it's very strategic of reinforcing around your base, as you can see here, and putting a lot of units around there. And there's some achievements that can control 1 enemy base and control 2 enemy bases. So you can get achievements for taking other people's base. Plus you'll get an extra unit.
You were talking about in command mode where you can't win with their base? You said that, right?
You can't win if you don't have your own base.
If you don't want to control your own base. Total domination, you kind of have to just control it. You only win total domination when you control the entire board, so you're going to have to control your base anyway. One thing I did notice when I was looking through the Terran cards is they have one of their abilities is lift off, or lift up I think it's called. And I know in the computer game, the command centers and all the Terran abilities can fly around. And this card, if you use the ability, your command center, you can lift it up and move it to another territory that you control, even if it's controlled by an enemy, just by an enemy army. So that could be useful because you could have 3 achievements in command room and not have your base, but then you could use this card, pick up your command center, fly it somewhere else, land it, and then you would just win the game without anyone really knowing, because that's just a strategy that they wouldn't be expecting. We've played this game a couple times with some of our friends, and we've liked it so far. But there were a couple things we noticed about the game that were they could have made the map a little bit better, in our opinion. I don't know if you played the traditional map. This kind of looks the same. This would be considered North America. This would be like South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and then Australia. Now, it's not like in the other game. The routes are a little different. Like in the traditional game, Australia only has 1 route in and out, whereas and on this map, this one down here only has 1 route. But the one thing we noticed is the center planet right here. If you control it, has 6 territories in it, and if you control it, you get +3 units each turn, which this planet right here and this planet right here each only have 4 territories, so you get 2 units. But the thing we noticed is the amount of resources that you use to hold this planet usually are more than what the planet's even worth, because this territory right here touches this planet here and this planet here, so you have to defend from 2 sides on this one. This one right here can be attacked from here and here and here, so you have to attack that from 3 sides. This planet here can be attacked from here, 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 and here. So this planet right here is just basically attacked on all sides. So normally when we've played so far, this planet never gets held for a long time unless somebody comes in, sweeps it, and then pushes out to wherever the other enemies are and then keeps them away from the planet. But we've talked about just making a house rule to change, either eliminate some of the routes here or add another one, because this planet right here, there's only one way in, one way out. You could put all your forces right here to block people from going in and just get 2 reinforcements each time.
It's a great place to start, and then you can push out through here, and you have around the world to the corner here. And then also the blue one here is also 2, and you have 2 ways out. You know, great place to put your base on that moon there, so you can push out here, and then you can start taking over the green and go around the world, or you can, you know, the green's pretty well protected too, because it only goes 1 spot there on the bottom, 1 side of the back, and then the corner here, so you can reinforce here, reinforce your back door, and then here, and you can control 2 whole planets. And this planet over here is worth 5.
Yeah.
This one's worth 2, and this one's worth 5. And this is much harder to keep than green, because you see it's connected to 3 reds right here. It's connected to the bottom one here, multiple places, and then it's, you know, it's just harder to keep. And this one's worth 7. This one looks hard to keep, but it's actually probably easier to keep than, you know, these 2 middle ones.
Yeah, because the red one right here, this planet right here is part of this one, so this planet can be attacked from a lot of sides.
So if you start here, you can get this red planet and can block here and just have a blockade in the back. Then you could just hold off there and come around the back. And if you control all these, you know, you can slide your units back and forth through your maneuver. You can go through any connected territories, which is very useful. Especially if you get the beginning maneuver, you can maneuver your guys in the beginning, attack here, then put them back here at the end of your turn, and then reinforce if you wanted to, you know, just slide them across multiple territories that you control. So yeah, that's definitely, you know, a good achievement to get.
Something else we noticed that really doesn't really affect gameplay, it's just kind of annoying, is the 2 Protoss armies. This army color is orange and this army color is yellow, but
yeah,
the colors, they're similar enough that like when you're counting up units and territories and you're trying to judge where to attack based on how many units they have, you can get them confused just because they're so similar in color, which we feel like that there's so many possible colors to use. We don't know why they chose such similar colors.
Why wouldn't they use a green or a different color? And, you know, they only have 1s. These, you know, Zerglings and Marines and Zealots are 1, Stalkers, Hydralisk, and Tanks are 3. They have no 5s or 10s, so it gets very cluttered sometimes when you have a lot of units on one thing. And like other games, they have, so, you know, Lord of the Rings Risk, regular Risk have 5. Some of them have 10. They're all different. You know, they've been changing it. These are actually solid plastic pieces, so they don't make that jingly plasticky noise. They're just solid all the way through, so they're a lot heavier. But they do, like I said in the unboxing video, so you can see the bottom of them bend. Like some of them came bent already. I mean, and of course, the more you play, the more they're going to get bent up. So that happens too with this. So that's just another thing, you know, if your durability, you know, the mineral fields are like, they're hollow on the bottom, the hollow plastic. So they're a little different, but, you know, it's a very fun game. We've been playing a lot, and it, you know, it takes a while though, depending on what mode you play. Complete domination takes a while, especially when you only have like 3 people, 4 people, you know, it just, you gotta spread the game out and maybe play teams. You know, there's different modes you can play if you want to shorten it, or you can just time cap it and say, you know, whoever has the most territories after an hour wins the game, so it'll put people a little more pressure on to do something. But yeah, it's definitely a fun game. We've been playing a lot, and we like it so far.
Yeah, I feel like we've already gotten our money's worth out of it, just because when they're just looking for stuff to do, it's good to get a bunch of freak friends over, maybe drink some beers, and just play this game. It's not as fun as a computer game, but everyone's not as good as a computer game. Like, I know I'm better at this game than I am on the computer, and the computer can be not fun really quickly if you're just getting a bunch of good people all the time. I would suggest buying this game. I think I still like the traditional Risk better, but I also grew up with that game. And as we were saying, some of the territories in the middle and some of the planets are difficult to hold, so it can be frustrating at times because you can spread yourself too thin really quickly, which I know the strategy says you don't do that, but you get attacked from so many sides, it's hard to hold certain areas versus other ones. So it seemed like their planet values were based on how many territories are in the planet, but they didn't take into account how easy it is to lose certain planets versus other ones. So, like I said, our house rules, we might fix that to see if we can make that easier to play. Yeah, overall, it's a good game. I'm happy with it so far.
Yeah, make sure you check out our other videos. Check out the unboxing video. If you're watching this one first, you can see us unbox initial reactions, and that's good. Subscribe. We got new videos. I'm going to post the winners video, or put the winners below the Marvel's Avengers DVD giveaway. I'm going to post the winners of those below, so if you are on the bottom listed here and you're a winner, just contact me and we will get those sent to you. And thanks for watching. Just make sure you check out other videos like this video. And this has been Starcraft Risk overview. We might do a time-lapse video soon of us playing, and we're out.